Well, good morning. Welcome to Bethlehem Baptist Church. As you're in our welcome center and you make your way inside this morning to our worship center, I just want to do a couple of announcements, actually, and then start worship with Scripture this morning. So, believe it or not, Operation Christmas Child is only a little over 2 weeks away. And so, I actually need to go ahead and order supplies this week to make the packing party happen. So, if you are interested or thinking of giving towards OCC, please thank you, first of all, to those that already have. And I would just ask that you continue to do that and make that a priority if you can do so in the month of November as we just look forward to the packing party. But the quicker you also can give, the more beneficial, just to do that quick plug. So thank you again for that. We look forward to doing Operation Christmas Child, our packing party, on November 22nd. And I have some potential good news, okay? So, for the past couple years, we have done the packing party across the street, and I've heard lots of good things about that. But I have tried to ask a lot of you this year what we would prefer to do, and we had decided to move the packing party back over here this year. So I am looking forward to that. I think this is the 11th time I've done the packing party. So I am also excited and kind of have a new vigor inside of me to redo the packing party over here. So just because it's over here also does not mean it's going to be the same way we've always done it. So I am thinking of making a pretty significant change for this year as well, which we'll let you know about all of that as the packing party comes. But it will be still in this general area, but the flow of the night will look a little bit different. So looking forward to doing that with us on November 22nd. And again, if you have not given, we would just certainly appreciate and love if you would do so. The only other announcement I have this morning is that this afternoon from 4 to 6 is our Harvest Festival. We're looking forward to that as well. And I know Jennifer's going to have some more announcements at the end of service for that. But we certainly look forward to that and would love to invite you and your friends back to that tonight. This morning, I also just want to read from Isaiah 53 that Joe is going to preach from this morning, which says this: "Who has believed what he's heard from us, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? For he grew up before him like a young plant, and like a root out of dry ground. He had no form or majesty that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And as one from whom men hide their faces, he was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we esteemed him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace. And with his wounds we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way. And the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth, like a lamb that is led to the slaughter, and like a sheep that before its shearers is silent. So he opened not his mouth. By oppression and judgment he was taken away. And as for his generation, who considered that he was cut off out of the land of the living, stricken for the transgression of my people." Thank you for joining us for worship this morning, and we'll stand in a minute and continue singing.
worship the God who was. We worship the God who is. We worship the God who evermore will be. He opened the prison doors. He parted the raging seas. My God, He holds the victory. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the Lord today. We won't be quiet. We'll shout out your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. Our God is surely in this place. We won't be quiet. We'll shout out your praise. Oh, oh, oh. We shout out your praise. We sing to the God who heals. We sing to the God who saves. We sing to the God who always makes a way. 'Cause He hung up on that cross and He rose up from that grave. My God, still rolling stones away. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the Lord today. And we won't be quiet. We'll shout out your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. Our God is surely in this place. We won't be quiet. We'll shout out your praise. We were the beggars, now we're royalty. We were the prisoners, now we're running free. We are forgiven, accepted, redeemed by His grace. Let the house of the Lord sing praise. 'Cause we were the beggars, now we're royalty. We were the prisoners, now we're running free. We are forgiven, accepted, redeemed by His grace. Let the house of the Lord sing praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the Lord today. And we won't be quiet. We'll shout out your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. Our God is surely in this place. We won't be quiet. We're gonna shout out your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the Lord today. No, we won't be quiet. We'll shout out your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. Our God is surely in this place. We won't be quiet. We'll shout out your praise. Oh, oh, oh. We'll shout out your praise. Oh, oh, oh.
Good morning. We want to welcome you to Bethlehem today. We're glad that you're here to worship with us. A couple of quick announcements before we greet each other. If you look on the front of your bulletin, you'll see the Reverend Sean Nolan will be with us next week. This is our church planning partner in Albany, New York. Many of you have been there. You've met Sean. You know him. He's coming to give us an update next week on the ministry there and the church that has been planning and is going forward, so we look forward to that. Also, Chris wanted me to let all you guys know that next Saturday morning, 8 p.m., we're going to pick up trash and have a work day here. So if you can be here, we would appreciate that. If you're a guest with us, we especially want you to feel welcome this morning. If you are a guest, there's a card in front of you that looks like the one you see on your screen. If you will, fill that out. Drop it in the offering plate as it comes by, just so we'll have a record of your visit with us, okay? Let's greet each other.
Rockin' Bob. Rockin' Bob. I don't know if he likes that. It's Rocking Bob, Rocking Bob. Give the applause track.
No pen or quill, no scribe in perfect skill, with flawless words could capture all